Today I'll walk through how we took this basic kitchen in a condo flip and transformed it just by using cabinet paint. The first step is to degloss and clean all of the cabinets. I'll have a list of the items I used at my website. Once those were cleaned, we waited an hour for them to dry and then began applying the paint. Use the paint in a number of layers, so you don't need to worry about being heavy-handed at first. Just a light coat at first, making sure to get the paint in the grooves will help prevent from having lots of heavy areas or drips on the next applications. When it goes to painting the cabinets, you'll need to decide if you want to paint them fully on the inside or just the outer box like I am. If you just want to paint the outer box, you can put down a piece of masking tape like I did and then use it as a guide to help prevent any paint from going inside the box. Obviously, you'll just peel the tape off, and you'll have a nice straight line. However, I do want you to notice that even if you do get some paint inside, all you have to do is take a damp paper towel and wipe it off. It's really not the end of the world. It comes off pretty simply. Once you do that, you just continue painting around the box, and then you'll have to paint around your hinges. Now, a lot of people prefer to take off the doors and hinges before they paint the cabinets. For me, it's easier just to paint with them in place. I don't mind going nice and slowly and getting as close as I can around the hinge areas. You'll see that I changed to a smaller brush in order to work around the hinges, and that's going to help me get some more precision in terms of the closeness. There are going to be some spots where I do end up getting some paint on the hinges, and when that happens, I'll just take that wet paper towel again and I will wipe it off. As long as you wipe it off quickly, it comes off every time. So there, I'm just going around the hinges and slowly making sure that it all gets painted so it looks a little more professional. Hopefully you can see better here from this angle. Now for this condo flip, just so you know, if you are interested in knowing how the condo flip itself came out, you can go to my website and I'll have all of the income and expenses, a list of what every repair cost us and what all the items cost, so you can get an idea of what truly is seen as a profit on one of these flips for us here in Central Florida. By the way, I do want to go ahead and point out that if you look at the tile floor underneath this cabinet, you'll see that I do have a spot of blue paint that's fallen on the floor. When that happens, I just let it dry because this type of paint peels up very quickly at the end. So what I ended up doing at the end was just using a scraper to pick up all that paint. So again, you can see the detail work going into the hinge area. It does take a little bit longer, and as I said, if you prefer to remove the door completely, you may like that better. I didn't want to deal with carrying the doors around and trying to reset the hinges in the proper places. To me, it seemed easier just to slowly paint and clean as I went along. A little more touching up there. If you look at the door itself, you'll see it looks terrible right now, and I just want to remind you the reason it looks that way is just because this is still the first coat, where we're just kind of going around the hinges, doing a first application into all the grooves, and it's not going to look that way at the end. You're going to do multiple coats. I ended up doing 3 coats total. Here I am starting the second coat, and I did both of these coats and the deglosser all on the same day. The third coat I actually did on a different day. Now here, what I wanted you to see is how it looks when I do it for the entire kitchen. It's just the same process you just viewed, and you'll see how the transformation really takes place just by adding the color. And I hope you enjoy it and that you try it for yourself. Bye-bye.